Let's take a look and see what this thing is all about. User manual is included. Great that it comes with batteries. AA batteries are included. And last but not least, we have the digital torque wrench itself. We also have your typical blow molded case that does not appear to be of poor quality. Appears to be pretty decent quality. This blow molded case right here. We have metal hinge pins in the back. 3 metal hinge pins. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good, high quality, durable case from U-Harbor, included with the 1/2-inch drive digital torque wrench. This thing does have a very good amount of weight. How long is the thing? This is probably 2 feet long, I want to say. Let's measure it and see how long this digital torque wrench is. I would imagine you would be able to get a substantial amount of leverage because this thing is very, very long. That's what she said. So this torque wrench is measuring in at 22 inches of length. 22 inches long total length. C button is power. All right, so if we press the U button, that changes our unit of measure. We have Newton meters, we have foot pounds, we have inch pounds. So each one of those P's, P1 through 9, we have P1 through 9, P2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each one of those can be programmed to a different torque specification. So if you're working on a project where you need to torque down different bolts and those different bolts have different torque specifications, you can set each one of those P settings to a different torque spec and you can cycle through them so that you don't have to go and change the setting every single time, which will save you time. So we press M to cycle from our P to our torque. We're gonna use the M button to cycle between our memory and our torque setting. Let's change our measurement to something like 100 foot-pounds because we're gonna go outside and torque the lug nuts on my vehicle outside. We're gonna torque it down to 100 foot-pounds because it's pickup truck. And I believe 100 foot-pounds is plenty for pickup truck. It might even be a little bit too much, but we're gonna loosen the lug nuts and we're gonna torque it down to 100 foot-pounds and we'll see how this torque wrench reacts and as far as letting us know we've reached our desired torque specification. We're gonna go 100 even. We'll press the M button. I think that memorizes it and we should be good to go. Real quick, let's go over the features on the torque wrench other than the torque measuring settings or the torque adjustments or the digital torque adjustment settings that we've just gone over. So the handle feels really nice. It feels sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy or anything like that. It does not feel like it's going to break on you. You can take a close-up look at that handle for yourself and see what you think about the handle. Not exactly the prettiest handle. That's definitely going to attract some dirt with that bright, vibrant, orangish type color. So that's just something to consider. But overall, the quality of this torque wrench feels very good. It feels very, very heavy. Does not feel flimsy at all. The ratcheting mechanism is very smooth. We have a lever, obviously, to adjust the direction that we go with our torque wrench. And we have a release button right here. Quick release of our sockets right there. See, quick releasement of our socket. Well, overall, the quality feels to be on par with just about any other tool that I own. No issues with the quality, feel, and the handling of the torque wrench. Well, it's a little bit unbalanced because the head is pretty heavy. This section right here is all steel, and that's where most of the weight on the torque wrench is. But you won't have any issues using it. So let's go ahead and put this thing to the test and see how this actually performs when torquing some lug nuts on a vehicle, because let's just be honest, most of the time you're going to be torquing lug nuts. And here's a quick tip: a lot of people will use an impact gun when torquing lug nuts without a torque stick. There is a device called a torque stick that you put on the impact gun in between the socket and the impact gun. The idea behind this torque stick is to limit the amount of torque that the impact gun will put on a lug nut. Use a torque stick, use a torque wrench, be a professional, do things correct. All right, so let's go outside and tighten the lug nuts up on this vehicle. We have our torque wrench set up to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to use a 21mm socket, 21mm socket. You have to press the button to put the socket on. So first we're going to loosen the lug nuts. We're going to loosen the lug nuts one at a time and torque them down to 100 foot-pounds one at a time. Let's get started. Let's put an extension on here, make things a little easier on us. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it does show the amount of force that is required to remove the lug nut. So it'll give you the torque in reverse and forward, which is fantastic. I don't know if you heard it beep, but let me show you. When I reach 100 foot-pounds, it beeps. And we've gone over 100 foot-pounds. The fact that this is going over 100 foot-pounds tells me that these lug nuts are probably over-torqued. I did not tighten the lug nuts on this vehicle. I did pay the dealership to rotate vehicle's tires because this vehicle is under warranty. And I figured while they were there, let them do a tire rotation, but it seems like they messed that up. All right, so that's loose. Now we want to flip the lever and tighten it to 100 foot-pounds. We hit 100, so we're gonna go around and loosen the rest of them. 100 foot-pounds. You can actually feel the vibration in the handle once you reach your target as well. It's pretty windy out here. So So not only does it beep, it also vibrates to let you know that you've reached your target, because most of the time you're not going to be able to see the display. That would be pretty handy if you could rotate the display so that you can see it, but you still feel the vibration, so that automatically gets you on target without having to look at the screen. All right, so we've at 100 foot-pounds. We have 100 foot-pounds on all 6 logs. Fantastic. That's pretty much it. That concludes this review of this U-Harbor torque wrench. I hope this review was helpful. I hope it helped you make a decision about purchasing this U-Harbor half-inch drive digital torque wrench. I'll catch you guys on the next review. Peace.